Hi there, welcome back to David at Go To Hobbies. As you can see, I've got a little friend with me. Oh, you big soppy, ain't you? Hey? Yeah. I was going to say to you, Jeremy Clarkson, farmer himself, and a well-known character. I like him, and yeah, I've never liked Piers Morgan though. I think he's an arsehole. Um, he's got his head stuck up his arse, hasn't he? So there you go. I can't stand the bloke actually, but this is not about that. It's about supporting the farmers. And what did the government have to do? It's simple, isn't it, really? Just back down. But will they do it? Do you really think they'll do it? If there's enough weight behind it, they will. If it's going to turn out that it's going to be a damage limitation exercise and preventing the damage to the credibility of the government. Yes, they will, because it's all about state control. It's about state interference with the working class people and our farmers. The trouble is, the farmers work all the hours under the sun. They put their hearts and their souls into providing food for us. And at least what we can do is support them. So come on to the channel, have a say on what you think about what the government's done, and what do you think the government should do, and what do you think about Jeremy Clarkson? I think he's an absolutely brilliant bloke. At least he's got his head screwed on the right way. More than I can say for Sir Starmer. He's an absolute disgrace. And then you got Rachel Reeves, David Lammy, a pair of absolute morons. I can't stand them. I really can't. They're in the same boat as that Jeremy Corbyn. Socialists, communists, and nah. Labour is an utter disgrace, and so was the Conservatives. I don't know what you think about it. I know what I think, and I'm not afraid to say what I think. The government's so full of bullshit, and when you ask them a question, they don't answer you. They just give you some cock and bull story. That's what governments are like. That's what politicians are like. But I don't know if you think about Nigel Farage. What is the alternative to Nigel Farage in the Reform UK? I don't think there is one, to be honest with you. I feel that we're banging our heads against a brick wall with this government. Look what they've done to all these protesters. It had to be stopped, but they didn't have to send them to prison. It's just big brother stuff you. The people that up in arms about illegal immigrants coming to this country, and what happened? They get away with bloody murder. And then they start deporting them, don't they? Where to? Rwanda? Nigeria? Or wherever? Kenya? And how many millions are they paying them to take them? In the first place, we shouldn't be so bloody soft and letting all these immigrants into the country. We should get the boats, take them off the boats, stick them on the ferry and send them bloody back where they come from. We don't want them in this country. What gives them the darn God right to come into this country without our want and our ways? They have no respect. They mistreat women and kids. And they're absolutely, not all of them, I'm not saying they all are, but a lot of them are. And I dislike that. Why do I dislike it? I'm not a racialist person. It's because they come to this country. It's not the first safe of refuge. It's a country that is thousands of miles from, um, let's say, Egypt. Let's say it's thousands of miles away from Asia, India, Pakistan, um, wherever which country they come from. It's not about racialists. It's about practicality. And if they are in desperate needs, why don't they seek the first country they go to? Why do they have to come 1,000 miles to the UK? Is it because the country is so full of bloody immigrants or relatives to these immigrants that, we've got every nationality under the sun in the UK? I'm not, as I say, I'm not a racist person anywhere near or from. But my point is, our government has destroyed the British civilization or our British culture in this country. I am sick to the back teeth of what governments have done. And they are destroying the English people. They are destroying our values and our ways. Our country is becoming lawless. Our country is got an invasion of immigrants. It's got an invasion of foreign people because our government is too bloody weak, not man enough to stand up to the EU common market and say, no, we are not. Draw a line in the sand and say, no, it's not our British ways. We are Britain. We are a small country. But no, greedy governments, backhanders, corrupt government, incompetent governments. That is why we are where we are. Sorry, fluffing my words up. That is why we are where we are, because our incompetent, greedy, lying, deceitful governments, politicians that earn thousands of pounds besides what they get from government, from the UK taxpayer. The Prime Minister that makes thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands of pounds, just like previous Prime Ministers, Rishi Sunak, Boris Johnson, and the rest, capitalising on the privilege of being an MP or Prime Minister. Stuff you, we're alright, Jack. No wonder I'm fuming. No wonder I'm pissed off with our greedy, selfish, dishonest government that puts their self-interest before the country and before what the privilege of being a Prime Minister or MP. I feel I've been deceived. I have been lied to. I've been mistreated and abused by our government. Why? Because they don't value British ways. We've lost our identity. We've lost our British culture. We have almost been destroyed. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to go down without shouting and screaming and telling everyone how I feel and what should be done. We need a government that is for British people and British values. Stop these immigrants coming into the country. That's the first thing. Stop funding foreign governments and letting them run amok. I wouldn't be surprised if the UK is actually funding Russia in some shape or form. I wouldn't put it past them. Well, they were giving money to bloody China, weren't they? And I wouldn't be surprised if they're giving it to North Korea as well in humanitarian aid. What an absolute moron of a government we've got. You think, I don't know. I'm just lost for words. But it doesn't help. it doesn't stop me voicing my opinion and giving you my honest view. As I say, I think I'm somewhat frustrated. Um, the standards we have of governments nowadays, it just seems to have gone like that and then just downhill. And if you hear some farting noise, it's my bird. It makes farting noises. It's not me or the dogs. But it might be Tony Blair, mind you. He's full of wind, isn't he? But I just think we have got to do better. We need to be a United Kingdom instead of having all this governments that want to destroy us. And what type of people do we have in government? Halfwits, morons, muppets, greedy, lying, deceitful bastards. Why am I saying this? I'll tell you why I'm saying this, because I'm sick to death, or sick to my back teeth of listening for the crap that they speak and talk to us about. You ask them a straight question, you get a load of spill, a load of bullshit comes out their mouths. Why can't we just get a straight answer? Simple, easy as that. What should Sir Keir Starmer should have done with his farmers? What do you think he should have done? Let me know in the comments below. I know what I would have done. I would have actually, I wouldn't have been so stuck up my arse that I'm thinking that I'm better than them. Right? But what I think is he should publicly confront the situation, publicly address the farmers and say, right, let's do something about this. We're all on the same team. We need you to produce food. We got to support you. I think what we've done is wrong. Back down and reconsider. Simple, easy, straightforward to do. But will they do it? Only if it causes them to lose faith, to lose face. Otherwise, as long as they have control of the situation, nothing will alter. The lorry drivers went on strike once, right? And I supported that. I'm 63, I've been driving Arctics and Rigids 40 years. And I remember many things. The fire brigade striking, the ambulance striking, the NHS striking. I totally disagree with that. I don't think that NHS, doctors, nurses, fire brigade should strike. Right? They are key, crucial workers. Why do I say that? It's because I think the government should support them 110%. Not to be greedy. They shouldn't allow them to do private work. And that's a different story. I'll make a video about that as well. But my whole point is here, if you're a member of parliament, prime minister, NHS, especially the NHS, where you have consultants doing and surgeons doing private jobs, right, in NHS premises for their own benefit. How can that be right? It's not, is it? It's very naughty. And it's deceitful, dishonest to the British public. Why should you have the right to be paid for the NHS and be in a privileged position and then start charging clients of yours? If you want to work privately, go and work for someone else, not the National Health Service. I believe in being strict, but I also believe in being fair. I also believe in giving people a second chance. So I think I'm not perfect by any means, but I try to be honest, open, and constructive. That is the difference between me and our government and a lot of other people. They talk bullshit. Yeah, I might talk a little bit of bullshit, but I don't go to the extent of what our government does and politicians and Prime Minister and tell us a load of pack of lies sometimes and dishonest answers or not the straight answer. A bit like NASA, never a straight answer. That's the analogy I'm going to use. Right, we're going to wrap this up because it's gone on quite a while. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something useful out of it. And I also think it'd be nice if you left a comment. Let me know what you think about what I've said. Add your point. If you want me to make a video about something, let me know and I'll address that. If you didn't agree with what I said, fair enough. You have your own opinion, your own thoughts and so on. No problems at all. If you didn't like the video, just leave a thumbs down. If you did like the video, leave a thumbs up. Much appreciated to you. So all I'm going to say now is please like, share and subscribe. And hopefully you'll see another video with a bit more details, and perhaps what I'm going to talk about is their National Health Service. How or why do they do these sort of things in the National Health Service? Private in National Health Service. Not very good, is it? Right, thank you all. See you next video. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.